So the topic is Mandala Deity Assembly paintings. Now, to discuss this topic, I think we'll choose Chakrasamvara as the central figure, and then the mandala deities that accompany the various forms of Chakrasamvara. We're not going to go into detail about all of that. There are too many forms of Chakrasamvara to really deal with. What we're talking about here is art, and we're talking about a certain style of painting, and the painting is not a mandala. But in the past, especially in the West, well, actually only in the West, it has been confused with a mandala, and it has been identified as a mandala and described as such and published as such, this composition type we're talking about. Now, what we're actually seeing is a large central figure on the canvas of a painting, and the central figure is Chakrasamvara and Vajrayogini in some form, either Vajrayogini standard or her Vajravarahi form or some form. And surrounding the central form, we have many different deities. Now, these deities appear in one of two ways. They either appear in a register composition, or they appear in a floating figure composition. Register composition is actually an earlier style. This is more of an Indian and Nepalese style of painting and religious painting, where you draw horizontal and vertical lines on the canvas, and then you place the lineage figures of a particular tradition, and then in some cases, and then all of the different deities from the mandala. Now, usually we're talking about the 62 deity mandala of Chakrasamvara. That would be based on the Luipa and the Krishnacharan mandalas. The Gantapa mandala usually has less figures, and the Maitripa also less, along with a number of other different forms of Chakrasamvara. But those do not appear in art as much as the Luipa and the Krishnacharan, or Krishnacharya, however you want to pronounce his Sanskrit name. So the earlier forms of Chakrasamvara with the Mandala Deity Assembly is with these horizontal vertical lines, and the later form, so really we're looking at 16th century up to the present time. Then we have the floating figure where the registers, these horizontal and vertical lines, are dispensed with, and the figures are merely placed against the background of the painting surrounding the central figure. Now, these are called Mandala Deity Assembly paintings because all of the deities that would appear in the physical mandala, or the drawing of the mandala, are there. What is missing is the actual mandala. A mandala is a circular diagram with a large square palace, usually with three tiers or three floors at the center. So all of this mandala and palace structure, along with the 8 cemeteries and the pristine awareness, a fire of 5 colors surrounding the all of this is missing, because these paintings are not mandalas. These paintings are merely compositions showing the central figure and the assembly of deities that would appear in a mandala. So they're different. They're very different. And in the West, they have often been confused for mandalas or been identified as mandalas, which is just really not correct. These are an assembly of the deities of Chakrasamvara that would appear in a mandala. And this is the same for Guhya Samaja, for Hevajra, for Vajrabhairava, Kalachakra, and other major deities that would have large mandalas of secondary figures.